Hey, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of Fridays Are for Friends. I'm here with Sally, both Zaria and JMO. Was there a specific moment when you realized your chemistry was more than just a one-time collaboration?
I'll let you take this.
I think the moment we met at we met doing a gig. I was playing the harp, she was singing, and we decided to work after it. I'm like, yeah, beautiful voice, I do music, I produce, whatever. And her ability to portray emotion through her songwriting and just, really just stood out to me. I was like, you know what? My production, your lyrics, your voice, I really feel like we could do something. So we just, decided to come together and make Sallie.
That's not how that went. That's not how that went, actually.
Okay.
Actually, he said that, and then his plan was to never talk to me again.
Wow, okay.
And it took about 2 months for him to finally decide to work with me. And then after that, you were like, okay, I can work with her.
Is that true?
It's two sides of the story.
Alright.
It's definitely not true. I had to go watch Snowfall. Okay. I was really like, it was the final season. It was the way he turned into a crackhead. So I was just like, bro.
But that episode doesn't last for 2 months. You know?
That is true. Maybe it was like, it just was a rerun? I don't know.
It wasn't rerunning. It was on FX. I had to get home that day.
It was very important to him.
Well, I'm glad you guys finally got together and created music. How did you guys land on the name Sallie, and what does it mean to you guys?
So actually, we were initially, when we were talking about like this kind of new direction of music, we weren't a duo yet. So we were really looking at creating a project for me as a solo artist, and I majored in theater in school. So it was like, well, we should, develop a character. So we were talking about this character and all the problems and shit she got going on, and he kept calling her Sally. Sally. And so I told him, like, I don't want to use Sally because that's actually my mom's first name, but she goes by Dolores. Shout out Sally Dolores. But I didn't want to use that because I knew she would be like, oh, this character's about me, and be all dramatic and stuff. So I was like, maybe we should go with like Betty, or it was like it was like Betty. What was another one?
I don't remember.
Lucy, like we tried everything, but we were like, dang, Sally just feels better. Yeah. And then after that is when the duo formed, because initially Sally was the name of the album.
Okay.
And then you got a call from what show?
AGT.
America's Got Talent. I was like, what does AGT stand?
So we were auditioning for AGT, and I was like, they reached out to me, because I play the harp, so we wanted the harpist. I was like, you know what, I don't know if I want to do this by myself. Let's come together.
Maybe that was the moment for you.
Maybe, possibly.
He's like, I need someone for AGT, so you want to be a duo? I know I didn't hit you up in the last 2 months, but I need
it turned
you right
into
now.
something special. I feel like something about that experience. We decided not to do the show, but something about that experience just brought us like together. We just I think we really created true chemistry. Through that moment, like creatively, performing, coming up with a set. Like how do we flip these songs? How do we cover? How do we make prototype sound like R? You know what I'm saying? Like
all of that was strategically done, because we didn't form Sallie until maybe about 2 years? 2 years after knowing each other? About a year and some change. Yeah. So like during that time, we were of course building chemistry. All of our sessions start with a 3-hour conversation and then about 30 minutes of music. So building like our like musical relationship, our friendship, where we see ourselves in music, all of that has kind of just meshed us into what you see now. Nuts.
And speaking about meshing together, like when it comes to your sounds, like you guys have a mix of like progressive R&B, pop. How, I guess, would you guys describe your sound to somebody if they were asking who Sallie is and for the first time they wanted to listen to you? How would you guys describe yourself?
You want to describe it first? Because my description's very descriptive.
We're gonna have two sides on the.
I see it like, okay, you have a tub, right?
Okay.
And you put all of your favorite things in it, but you're not sure if like say you really like Jell-O, you're not sure if the Jell-O is gonna like mix well with the Legos or whatever, you know?
Okay.
Or like, you know, like what? Say you like, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's too much. I was just kidding. But like, say you mix all your favorite things,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm not sure if this is gonna be like a good mixture. I'm gonna try it anyway. And then you just dive in and you get in the bathtub, and then you're like all like soaked in all your favorite things. I feel like it feels like that.
Okay, I like that description. Oh.
I think it's beautiful chaos. I think, and that's exactly how we create. Like we create like we don't plan. We just go in and just create what we're feeling. And it's sometimes it's, you know, sometimes we may do something out of the ordinary. Like sometimes we go into the studio. Like, I remember one time we were writing Bang. I was just like, hey, Zaria, let's create a song where we don't think about anything. And just the first thing come to mind, just write it and just say it on the mic. Beautiful chaos. You know?
Yeah. And you have a background in theater. I guess how has that helped you create this character and help the band that you guys are in now?
I was actually running away from theater. I graduated in 2020, and that year I decided theater isn't for me. I love the art of it. I love being on stage, developing a character, and really like figuring out like all the ins and outs of the character. But I don't know, the auditioning and the tired, like just that part of it wasn't for me, or I felt like it wasn't for me. So after I graduated, I decided to quit theater, just focus on music. And I met a lot of people along the way. I guess along the way to meeting J-Mo, I met a lot of people. They were like, have you ever thought about mixing your theater with your music? No, please. I don't need your advice. That's what I told everyone. Like, please stop talking to me. And then I met J-Mo, and he said the same thing. I don't know if maybe you said it differently, but I listened.
Yeah.
And so now I've been able to kind of really with the help of J-Mo and the push from him, the bossiness, if you will. I've been able to like really be comfortable in using my theater background in the music. So like not being ashamed or scared of looking crazy or wearing hair color like this and look like just it's I have training in it, but it's still like I don't know, it's something new I'm finding every day. Within myself as well. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Call a therapist.
Now I see where the 3-hour conversations.
Like there's a live audience over there.
Okay, good. So you have a background in orchestra. How has that influenced the production side and also, I guess, the music that you guys create together?
I think creatively, I think my ear, I hear chords more. You know, I went to the University of Georgia, so like I studied music there. So just you know, studying theory helps. You know, I sucked at it when I was in school, but you know, after I graduated, I'm like, you know, like hearing chords, being able to understand instrumentation, what instruments go together. Also, like playing instruments in general through school, like through middle school, elementary school, high school. I think it just helped me understand each instrument's role in a body of work. You know, like whether it's drums, even you know, strings, anything. Like just, I think having that background just helps me understand that. You know, from a production standpoint.
Yeah. He's also like gifted though. Like he has the ability of, you can explain it better than me, but he has the ability of like hearing the final product from like the bare minimum of like a hum or like three I don't know, chords or whatever. Like he can already hear what he's like the direction he's going in, like the final product.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from a lot of training though. Like I think I've trained myself, you know, even if it's just listening to different types of music. You know, my granddad was he put me on the 50s, 60s, Chuck Berry, you know, like I think just having an understanding of music also from a business standpoint, you know, like what is the consumer like? Like why is a song good? Like what makes a song good in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s? You know, what I think studying that helps me make decisions. You know, and with Zaria, I'm like I can't hear a song fully done because I think all that time I put into studying music just helps me like, oh, I know why this is good.
Yeah.
You know, I know what will make this better. We're also we're working on a deluxe of our original album. Ask Me If I'm Okay. So there'll be some shows, maybe some tours attached to that.
More than some, I think.
Yeah.
We got some stuff.
Yeah, we got
Definitely
got
in
some
the
stuff
up
lined up.
the what's the phrase? Up the sleeve?
Yeah, up your sleeve.
the-
Yeah.
Up the chute? Like
Well,
we
we're
yeah.
very, very excited to hear more from you guys, see you guys perform live. Where can the audience find you guys?
You can find us on all platforms, Instagram, but all of them except for Snapchat. But you can find us at SALLIEWAG, SALLIEWAGG. I repeat, SALLIEWAGG. As far as following us on social media. As far as music, you can find us on all streaming platforms at SALLIE, SALLIE. Stream it all, run it up, the album, the singles, the chaotic interviews, all of it, anything you can find, just dive in it and fall in love with us.
Amazing. Well,
On
thank you
everything.
guys so much for sitting with us. And thank you so much to the audience for tuning in to another episode of Fridays Are for Friends. Peace.